Stacy's Nights, sometimes called The Touch for later video releases, is one of those hidden gems from way back in 1983, a scrappy little indie drama with gambling, hustle, and revenge at its core. If you're a Kevin Costner fan, this one's a treat, since it's one of the very first movies he ever got real screen time in, years before he blew up in Silverado or Dances with Wolves. Let's talk story. The main character is Stacy Lancaster, played by Andra Millian in what would be her biggest role. A young woman who works in a casino and just happens to be crazy good at playing cards. She ends up meeting Will Bonner, that's Costner, looking super young, who spots her natural talent and decides to take her under his wing. Will teaches Stacy all the tricks of the blackjack trade, turning her into a serious card-counting badass. Pretty soon she's beating the house, but as you can imagine, the casino bosses don't exactly applaud her for it. After a really dark turn, Will gets killed, Stacy gets together a team and sets out for payback. Think underdog sports drama meets casino heist and a classic revenge flick. The cast is a who's who of who, at least back in '83. Andra Millian as Stacy. Tragically, she passed away just a couple years later. Kevin Costner as Will, before Hollywood knew his name. Eve Lilith as Jean. Mike Reynolds as Shecky Poole. John Syme as Mr. Felsen. Behind the camera, it was directed by Jim Wilson. He'd later go on to produce some huge movies with Costner, like Dances with Wolves and Wyatt Earp. The script was by Michael Blake, who also wrote the Dances with Wolves novel and Oscar-winning screenplay. So there's a weird full circle there. This low-budget gambling flick was where some big, future Hollywood connections began. The movie was shot in real Reno casinos on a shoestring budget, and when it first released, no one really noticed. Critics thought Costner had something, but overall, the movie got a meh reaction and didn't see much time at the theaters. But fast forward to when Costner became a household name, suddenly the movie popped back up on VHS and DVD, mostly so video stores could slap his name on the cover and folks would check it out. It's still a deep cut, but Costner fans love tracking it down. Theme-wise, it's all about skill versus luck, cheating the odds with brains, not just luck, legacy and mentorship. Will's influence on Stacy is huge. And some strong female empowerment, since Stacy basically owns the casino boys at their own game. The whole revenge angle weaves it all together. A little trivia for anyone who likes movie history. This was technically Costner's first leading role. Andra Millian gave a killer performance, but her life was sadly cut short just a couple years later. The creative team behind the film, Wilson and Blake, would reunite with Costner to make Dances with Wolves, talk about an upgrade. VHS and DVD copies, whether labeled Stacy's Nights or The Touch, are now collector's items for Costner completists. The whole taking on the casino system vibe definitely showed up again later in films like Rounders. Nowadays, Stacy's Nights is pretty tough to track down. You won't see it on Netflix or any big streaming service, but it pops up on random DVD box sets, the occasional YouTube rip, or even a dusty old VHS. So if you're into lost 80s movies, underdog stories, or just want to see Kevin Costner before he made it huge, Stacy's Nights is an oddball slice of cinema history that's worth a watch. Who knows? You might just feel lucky.